Hi, welcome back to another ARCHICAD speed modeling tutorial by ASM TechBase. My name is Carsten MD. Join the ASM TechBase email list for newsletters and future updates. Okay, so I've got my base building here. Let's have a look in 3D. Okay, so that's very simple. It's an office building, and what I did is I made a frame around, just used some columns and beams for those ones and a bit of concrete, and the rest you can see is just windows. Great, so if I now go and start doing my blades, which are vertical down, I will use columns for this. So let's get back to our 2D drawing, ground floor, and I like to start in level 1 because if I go to my elevation, you see ground floor level 1, I want to start the blades up here. So go back and we just place the first blade. For this I go and open the column tool. I got some very simple settings. It's 1 meter in length, 50 wide, and I added just material, and I'll put this on column settings. The height at the moment, don't worry, we'll do this in 3D, and also where we place it in regards to the RL level. So click OK and just place it out here, and then we take this and we move it closer to our window frames. So I drag this, there we go, take the middle, and I want to put it in the middle of the frame. There we go, and now we have to move it out again. So I drag it out to there, and let me check in 3D if that is correct. All right, let's zoom in, move around a bit. Yeah, that's good. And let's go up. Yeah, now look, the length is this. The length fits lucky because I've obviously tested this one before and that was just a default setting. But in your case, let's just say you have the column in there and it is just a little bit, you know, too small, and it sort of sits anywhere in here. Just drag them up and down to fit here the bottom, and you fit the top there. So I undo this step and I've got my first blade in. Now let's just duplicate the blades this way. For this I'm going to my ground floor, and all you do is you select and we use the tool increment and spread because it's quite simple. I can just click OK, and I'm going in the middle here, from there to the middle there, click again, and now I can just spread them along. Now I can see I should have shown the ground floor because I don't know exactly now where my concrete wall is starting at the bottom, but that's cool. Let's just do roughly here, and I will still select the last one and group them now. So they're grouped, and if I show now the ground floor, let's see how we did. Okay. Oh, this is crazy. Nice. This fits exactly. I don't even have to delete any blades or add any blades. Yes, sometimes you get lucky. All right, so we got those blades here. Let's do the same for the other side. Great, so we got the blades. Let's go and have a look in 3D how they look for now. Yeah, that looks exactly how I wanted it to look. The next bit is I like to add now the window sizes. Let's go back and we draw for these beams first. And what I do is, let's open the beam. I do 15 thickness and 1 meter in depth because 1 meter out and the other blades vertical are 50. So that's the same settings really, but it's going horizontal. And for this one, I change the color to blade 01 and I put it on. Yeah, look, this is fine for that. I just need it on a different layer to the column. You will see later why. Wall features is fine, I'll leave it there. Click OK, and we draw our first blade. This I want to go from there to there. Again, I haven't looked at the height, so let's have a look in 3D. I'll be in here somewhere. There we go, see, there it is. I should really have drawn it out here. So let's undo the step and redo. What happens is it will reselect it. So I know where it is. And I like to drag it out here on purpose, just really out here. Now I'm going to my elevation. Okay, so it's yes, there it is. What I want to do is here, I want to select this now and drag a copy, because in elevation it's quite easy done now. So I take it from here and I want to take it all the way to there. Okay, so that's great. If I go back and look in 3D, we got this floating on here, which is fine. And I want to add some vertical blades. You will see no more why I do this, okay? So just be patient with me. I know I got vertical blades already here, but there's a reason I'm doing this again. This has to do with some of the solid element operation we will be doing. Okay, so I go out here and let's just add a column again. Let's click them in and we drag there. So they fit obviously exactly there. And just before I copy that, I want to change the height. So let's just go here and we drag this down. Great, this is good. Now I want to change them also to blade 1, so they got the same color. Now I can, okay, that disappeared. Let's go up and up again, down again. I lost it now. Great. Okay, let's go back into 3D. I didn't tell it to show on all levels. Let's have a quick look. Where are we here? Home story only. No, I want this all stories. Okay, let's go back. Okay, that should turn up. Very interesting. Let's go up again. That's a bit odd. It says all stories. Anyway, so what we do is now let's show them as trace reference, and I just drag a copy. Yeah, I'm sure there's some setting I didn't do correctly with the showing in 2D, but I'm sure you guys can figure this out. So now I select them, go into 3D, make sure it's all selected. No, it's not. So obviously because they're not on the same floor, I'm getting there today. All right, so take all this and we group this. Right. Next step is quite an important step. What I do is next, I want to draw with the slab exactly around this box. So create an extra box, and that box I will use for cutting. So what we do is we take the slab, and again, I just draw right along here. But for safety reason with the cutting, what I do is I extend this box now. Let me extend this by 1. That'll do. Distance 2. 2 is fine too. 1, 2. That's fine. Okay. Now in 3D, I have to adjust this box obviously. So let's move this up, and we move this. Well, extend this down. Now again, I want to extend this by 1 millimeter here. So it's 3,150. So all you have to do is 3,151. Okay, so there is 1 millimeter above, and we go down here, do the same thing. So now we got 3,151, we do 3,152. Okay, so the whole box is now 1 millimeter outside your window blades. Call them window blades, that's fine. This one here, material doesn't matter. See, I put them on a material called material off, and important, I put them on my cutting element layer. Great, so I've got this. Select everything and group again. Okay, so if I go to my elevation now, let's see what we got. There we go. So we got this box, and this box now we will copy around randomly on this facade. So let me do this quickly. What you do is we click, make sure the groups are not suspended because I want to move everything. So we zoom in a little bit, And you can see now it is not really showing where I want to. It's quite hard. So a little tip here. You can go now and turn this off. Now even though the box is not shown, because it's grouped, it will copy the box. So let me select this now. See, I need to see this. Let's drag double plus. We drag copies around now. So go here, and wherever you go, make sure you zoom in, and you want to go to this corner. That's quite important that it all matches. See how it matches up on that side, and it will match up on this side with the blade. So that's important. So let me do a couple around here. Okay, now I'm not finished. It's a bit hard to see now. It's select, that's okay, but let me put back the working layer. So that means I can see all my boxes. So there you go. It's not too bad, but I need a couple more maybe around here. And some of them I want actually to go straight under. Okay, so let me do that now. So I'm going here, and again, I will turn this layer off first and copy a couple more around. Now it gets a bit hard to see, so let me do this, because you know what you have to do now. I go back to the working layer, and I will select this, and if I zoom in, I can still select this one in here. I would think so. Have a quick look. No, I can't, but see, that doesn't matter. I'll show you what we do is now we still start copying them, but all you do is you go and zoom in, and you just pick this one here. See, there you go, pick this one. Okay, I think this is pretty good. Escape. I quite like this like that. Now we go back to our 2D drawing, and for this purpose of the tutorial, what I do is I really wouldn't mind copy them to that other side. So let's have a quick look. I think with the marquee tool I should be okay. So everything within the marquee tool should be mirrored and copied. So let's do this now. So we mirror copy, go there, continue will ask me because some of the stuff is obviously in unseen stories, so I'll continue. Let's have a look. Yeah, there we go. That seemed to have worked fine. So everything within the marquee tool of all the different stories did copy mirror in this case. Let's have a quick look. Yeah, see, there you go. Now you see at the moment this looks mirrored, so to make sure that doesn't look exactly the same, again, use the marquee tool, and I will just rotate this roughly from about here, and you go all the way around here. Let's have a look. Yeah, so it doesn't look exactly the same. I know it looks the same back here and back here, but because I will move in a moment anyway a little bit, it will be fine. So 1, 2, yeah, okay, cool. So let me move this. Yeah, I think that will do. So let me delete those. Oh, look at this. So you gotta be careful. I moved, because of the marquee tool, I moved all this down here. Let me fix that up quickly. See, again, I sometimes don't mind this happens in the tutorial. There you go, back in business. So be careful if you use the marquee tool, but it does work. You can just turn those layers off before you do what I did. Great. Now, next bit is to move them closer. Let's go up a level. There we go. And I move them in. Yeah, that's it. Now I want to move all those ones. I want to move them in, obviously. So to do this and make sure we grab them all, what we do is, I think, let's have a quick look. Because I told the column to show in all stories, it should grab them all, but just make sure. Let's have a look. Yeah, that looks good to me. So it does grab them all now, which is great. And I move this in. So drag, And you can see you got the middle of the beam here. So take the middle of the beam and you move the middle of the beam right there. Again, check in 3D what's happening. Yep, they are right where I want them. Next bit is we go back and we do the same with this. Now, this one here, I have to be careful because it doesn't fit at the moment. And also I can't see any, well, because it's grouped, it should work. Let's just drag them. They have to go, let's just take this one and we go there. So they should be in between. Let's have a quick look. Yeah, everything moved, that's fine. Actually, I don't like this box right there. So let me, I'll move this box in a minute. This one too, all right, cool. So now how do we cut this? What we do is we actually do with the solid element operation, as you know, but what we do is I like to only cut with the red box. So how do we do this? I show you. So we go in here, open the solid element operation. I like to get my target elements first. So I take those ones and those ones, target, and I like to add all those boxes now. The best way to do this is actually turn all the layers off apart from those two. So let's just select all, deselect, and we have cutting elements and the columns. Okay, so we got, that's fine. And what we do is now we go to the slab, select all slabs, and we go and operator, and we do a subtraction, execute. All right, let's have a look what happens here. So if I go here and I turn this off, that's what we got. Okay. So I can now turn back on everything. Let's go 3D export. So I turn this cutting element layer off. Let's see what happens. There we go, beautiful. So they all cut out nicely. Yeah, that worked pretty well. Now how do we add our wave in there? For this, let's go to our section. I did add a wave, I tucked it away up here, by simply using some arcs. You can use the spline. I have tried it and it had some problems with, I'll show you in a moment, with the cutting of my of the profile. Okay, so I'll show you what I did, and if you feel like you want to try it out with the spline, please do. You might get it working. So let's drag this down. And I want to drag this down here, in the middle there. And now let's copy some of those waves up to show you how it will look. Let's just drag them up. I've got, you see, I've got 3700. Okay, so what I do is we go in here again, use that one. And I go from there to there, 37, and let's just copy a couple up, or more. Okay, so we don't need all those, you've seen them all, but I want to show you how it looks, because that's what I want to achieve now. I take one of those and I copy. Let me undo the step now, because we really don't need it. And I go back and place this down here. Just paste it in. Original location, paste. Let's see where it goes. Down here, that's fine. And we move it up a bit. Now I created a profile. I called it a wave, and all I did is an ellipse. It's a fill. It's 2 meters by 1 meter, and I will use it from the middle, and I will use only half of this. Okay, I saved it as a wall. Let's get out of here. We go now to the wall and we choose our a wave, you know, go from here to here, the wave, material off because I don't need it, and cutting elements. So I click OK. Don't worry about the height, we will do this in a moment, and use space click to add that wave. Great, let's have a quick look in 3D how our wave is looking. Nice, see, that's the first wave we got here. Now what we have to do is you have to select this and we have to convert this to a morph. The reason is I have to rotate it in 3D. Okay, continue anyway. Great, so let's go down here and let's move this up a little bit into my A2 elevation, otherwise I can't see it. So let's just go roughly there. Yeah, not with that one, that was very good. I want the morph, there we go. So now in A2, if I go there, I will be able to see this morph and I can rotate it. So go in, make sure the groups are not suspended. So select and we rotate. And you just rotate this around. There we go. Great. Now important is you want to move it in, but let's go to A1 to move it up. There we go. We got this there. And we just roughly, you know, it's design phase, so just roughly go in the middle here and we just roughly go there. Great. And again, let's copy a couple up. So you do this again, increment and spread, and now it's 3700 from floor to floor. So go there and we go up and do a couple. Very nice. Let's go and have a look in 3D. Yes, looking great. Okay. Now, before I move it in, I will mirror copy because I want this on the other side too. Nice. Now this one here is the first one we move in because I want to, just like I said, from the middle of the ellipse, I want to cut off those blades. So you drag, just go from the middle and you go there. So the other half of the ellipse will not cut off the blades and this half will be cutting off. The same we do with this one here. I think the effect will be pretty cool. So let's go into 3D and do this now. Great. I only need a couple layers. The layers I need is obviously the cutting element. That's fine. I want the layer for the blades, only the blades, not the windows. See, that's why I created this, because what I want to cut now is I don't want to cut any of the window frames. Okay, I want to cut only the blades. That's the reason I did this extra. So let's go. And okay, so we need the blades, we need the 3D cutting elements, and I actually like to also cut this into the concrete. So the concrete is on walls external. All right, so those three layers I like to turn on. So we got cutting elements, we got columns, and we got the 3D wall external. It's just easier to work like that if you turn some layers on and off. Okay, great. Let's open the solid element operation. Target element will be in this wall, the blades. Make sure you got the group, you know, not suspended, so it selects all the blades. This blade and this wall. So that's the target. As these are the only morph, I could probably go here, morph, select all. That should do the, yeah, that would be much faster. There you go. And that's the operator element. I do subtraction and execute. All right, deselect, and I want to turn off now this element here, the cutting elements, and we'll see if that worked. Yeah, it's looking good. All right, let's go back to my 2D. And make sure I've got the right layer combination, and I can show you the result. Export 3D. Turn this one off. Yes, that is pretty cool. Look at that effect we get here. See all the wave effects, including the concrete. And as you can see, it's still nicely framed in. So before I go, make sure that's the reason I did this separate, adding those blades on a separate layer so they won't be cut. You can cut them if you want to, I just didn't want to cut them. Great, I hope you enjoyed this tutorial and I see you back next time. Bye for now.